We're going into one of the places we store furniture for the refugees.
Jim Estill, a CEO and successful entrepreneur, took what he learned in business and put it to work for humanity. So you collected some stuff?
So this is all donated. Most of it's donated. We bought some of it, but most of it's donated.
For how long have you been collecting?
Well, we started collecting a year ago.
Wow.
When
Holy smokes. When the Syrian refugee crisis seized Canada, Estill shot up his hand.
some of it's set up like these are dish sets set up for a family of 4. So if you have a family of 6, you get 2 boxes of dish sets. We have the same thing with pots and pan sets.
He stepped up in a way almost no one matched.
And some things we needed new, like mattresses. We have a lot of mattresses in our other warehouse.
Estill committed to help settle 50 Syrian families, putting up his own money, over $1 million. Then he organized an army of 800 volunteers in Guelph, Ontario.
I couldn't really stand by and do nothing. And I also didn't think it was that big a thing, because you just do the population of Guelph, 120,000, bring in 50 families, 250, 300 people. It's so absorbable, it's not even a big deal. And my other problem is I always tend to think big, so.
1 year ago, Estill was moved by the images of Syrians lining up in a dusty Jordanian parking lot, waiting for a chance to get to Canada. Canada ramped up staff at a processing center hastily set up in Amman, and overall spent hundreds of millions of dollars to fast-track resettlement for 25,000 refugees. In December, that first wave arrived. A proud moment for Canada and a political marker for the new Liberal government.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
By then, thousands of Canadians were stepping up, inspired themselves to privately sponsor some of those refugee families and bring in even more.
Hey, Matt.
Jim, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
But for Jim Estill and other groups who met the call, many of their refugee families only trickled in. After months and months of waiting, some sponsor groups grew frustrated and disappointed, left at the tail end of the Syrian surge.
Government had this big push to bring in 25,000. They staffed it all up for that, brought in the 25,000, ticked the box, and then pulled everybody out. And then that's when it went very quiet.
1 year on, you stood up, put your hand up and said, I'll take 50. How many have you got?
We actually only got 20. Now we just got another 15 or whatever. So the frustration is we made some mistakes. Like we actually paid rent on housing, which we shouldn't have until we saw the people. We paid for storage costs and moving costs. As a business guy, I wish they would run it more efficiently and faster.
Estill is currently CEO of Danby Appliances, but formerly he founded his own multi-million-dollar business. He's a creator, whether in business or philanthropy, and the Refugee Project was just an extension.
And then I organized it like a business. So I have a director of jobs, director of housing, director of transportation, director of mentorship. Every family comes in, gets an Arabic-speaking mentor family, English-speaking mentor families.
Part of his plan was some of the refugees got a chance to work at Danby for a trial 90 days. Mohammed and Karab, cousins, are learning English on the job and remanufacturing appliances. Back home in Syria, they were tailors. Fadal, a father of 2, was from Homs, and when the bombing there intensified, he fled with his family to Lebanon and then to Canada. Abdul sold real estate in Damascus and then cars. A born entrepreneur, he hopes to run a dollar store in Guelph, partly with Estill's backing.
So what we're trying to do is help people become productive members of society. So I will be disappointed, I will have failed if we bring people in that they live off of my charity for a year and then go on Ontario Works or welfare. That's not a success for me, and it's not a success for Canada.
Lunchroom Learning is part of the project. HR Director Melody Esfahani, herself an immigrant, helps run a program called Ease into Canada. Volunteers coach the workers and offer ESL training at lunch.
إيه بحكي معهم بس أنا حابب أتعلم إنجليزي مع
Fida, he has been to the English school before actually participating in this program here, and he didn't learn much, but he says that he prefers this program here, like he's into Canada, because he is learning new things every day.
Abdul's a born salesman, a pretty typical single guy.
What is your dream?
I'm not sure, like materialistic a bit. I like to have a Dodge Charger. If you are asking me what I would like to have.
Do you think it was the right decision to come to Canada?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like I feel like I got really lucky because usually they prefer to have families rather than single men. But the lady at the embassy, she was really nice. God bless her, and she said okay.
But there has been a downside to Estel's effort, as he describes. After his story went global from Arabic news sites to European ones, circulating through places where refugees still wait desperately, now they're begging him for help.
A Syrian family displaced in Turkey seeking for hope. Dear Mr. Jim Estel, we are thankful for you and all your hard work for humanity. My family and I are in Turkey and we are trying hard to find a safe place. Therefore, I need your help to make it possible to save my life to reunite the two families.
That's pressure.
And I got 1,000 of these. Almost, like, I got hundreds and hundreds.
So what do you say to him?
Said, unfortunately, we're not sponsoring more families at this time. I kept your information. Let's keep in touch, and I wish you all the best. That's really all I can say. I can't say anything.
The Syrian surge that Canada stirred up will not repeat itself. Next year, not as many will come and not as fast. In 2017, the total number of refugees will shrink by more than a third, and that's from all countries, not only Syria.
Of course, I'm not thrilled because I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think we should be welcoming refugees. These people need us. This is a humanitarian crisis.
You know people who don't agree with you, who say, not only have we done our part, we've brought enough in, it's time to look at other priorities.
Of course. And of course, there's some xenophobia that happens all the time. And this is one of the reasons I started the project is you hear people, don't bring in terrorists, don't whatever. But we're helping the people that are fearing the people that we fear.
Jim Estel's New Year's resolution is to empty this warehouse and to finally welcome all of the people he said he'd help.
So have you worked out, you've got 24 families to come,
Yes.
and most of this stuff will be gone or not?
Most of it will be, yes.
Susan Ormiston, CBC News, Guelph.